Hey guys, hey campers, how you guys out there? Still rolling, I hope. I just wanted to share a quick story with you guys I thought you might appreciate. Some of you guys might be horrified, other guys will be rolling on the ground laughing. Either way, it was basically just for our Corsica trip, and I needed to do the swivels, both sides. They were both leaking, and I bought a swivel kit from the famous blue box. I know. Anyway, I did both sides at the same time. Obviously, first did the left-hand side with the longer shaft. It's always a bit of a struggle to get it in, but if it just slots into the diff again, it's just the best feeling, right? So that was no big deal because we've obviously done this before, and we even got a video which I might link here, which you guys have probably seen, but it explains everything in great detail from a real an old guy. The guy's been around a while amongst Land Rovers. He knows everything about it. And Vic, on the other hand, who's a total novice, and it's quite an interesting little dynamic to learn stuff. So that side went in easily. This side, the same thing. So I thought, yeah, quickly pull it out. Took the whole thing apart all the way up to the axle. Put it all back together again. And I was just about to put on the disc, you know, the whole onto the hub, when I found this ring about that big. It's like a copper ring, and was lying in the parts. And I thought, oh, where does this come from? It didn't fit on the hub, it didn't fit on the in the brake assembly, and I'm like wondering, what is this thing? Because I had it all on there, I had it tightened up. I tightened up the lock nuts, and there was no play in the diff. It was spinning freely. There was nothing, no sound or no problem. So I thought, what do I do? Everything looks fine. So I left it out, and we went to Corsica, as you do. Everything was fine. We drove down, we went to the ferry that was on the highway, and then we got to Corsica. And Corsica, as you may know, is a very fantastic island to visit. Very windy roads, a lot of hills, a lot of mountain ranges, so it's twisting roads all the time. And what happened in Corsica was that every time I turn a corner, I'd hear a clunk, like a cluck, cluck, like a cluck. And you know, if you turn left, and when you turn right again, you hear a cluck. So we didn't know what this was, and we carried it. Everything was fine, you know, the car was handling fine. It wasn't pulling to one side or anything. And eventually we stopped, and we thought maybe it's the steering arm, because it's a very fine clearance between the bash plate and the steering arm. It's half a centimeter. So we tried that, and it just clears it, but it doesn't hit anything, so it wasn't clunking. And while we were stationary, there was no problem. So what else could it be? We thought maybe the hockey sticks, tighten those up. I mean, they were tight anyway. We checked that. Everything was fine. There was no play in the wheels. You couldn't move them, and it was a total mystery. And we drove the whole of Corsica. It was about 1,000 kilometers, maybe more, and clunking all the way. And we thought, well, if it breaks, it breaks, but there's no use. We're here now. That is what it is. So we finally got back home, and I thought, let me take this swivel apart again and see what's going on. So I took it all apart again. And wouldn't you know it, that ring is a spacer ring. It's about that thick, that wide. It fits in the back of the hub. And what it is, it keeps the half shaft from moving. So basically, when we were turning left, the half shaft was moving about a centimeter into place. And when we turn right again, it would move back. And it was doing this all the time. We had no idea. I had a look at it, and there's no wear on it, everything's fine. But it was just really funny because I thought, what could it be? It can't be me. I put everything back together, but this part was left over, right? Well, yeah, I'm sure we've all had that in our experience, where we've taken stuff apart and we're left with a bunch of screws and we don't know where they go. Either way, it's just a testament to your trusty old Landy. It gets you home in the end with a bit of help from you and some spare parts. But I thought it was really funny where we heard this clunking all the way through Corsica, and it was quite interesting not knowing what it was. And it's always good to finally get tracked down where something went wrong. So yeah, please, this video is actually to ask you guys to share your experiences. I'm sure you've had a whole load more stuff happen in your travels in your landy. So hope you've enjoyed this, hope you've been entertained a bit. Keep rolling, guys. Always check your swivels, keep your eyes on the swivel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.